But yeah, so he was going back and forth arguing with a person's comments, and they said KD's not the GOAT, blah blah blah, and he just simply asked why I'm not in the GOAT conversation, and that begs the question: does Kevin Durant belong in the GOAT conversation, Greg?
Now I have common sense, but I want to ask you. I want you to ask that question. I want you to answer that question first.
Yes, he does. Do I think he's a GOAT? No, but having him in the conversation is not blasphemy. It's not crazy to have him in the conversation.
I just
Not at
think
all.
I just think it's stupid.
Why is it stupid?
Have them in the conversation.
Why is stupid?
What kind of conversation are we having, Jackson?
A GOAT conversation.
A greatest of all time conversation.
Yeah.
We are having Kevin Durant.
He's the best scorer in the NBA. He's the best scorer the NBA's ever seen.
The best scorer.
Yes.
The best scorer in basketball, right?
Yes.
Realistically, where do you have him ranked right now? And just all time.
Question like this, I hate because it's hella. No, like it's hella people I don't know. Like,
what you mean, bro? What you mean? It shouldn't be hard.
I don't actually like rank people top 10 because, like, be for real, I do not care.
So you're saying top 10? He's like top 10.
You're talking about you're talking about like greatest of all time. I don't rank these NBA players because it's like how I'm supposed to argue between Larry Bird and like somebody like that. Like I didn't see them so. But anyway, but still, like
that's my argument.
Back to your point though, I still do think Kevin Durant. If I could rank him, I don't know where I'd rank him. Being completely honest, but he's the second best small forward. LeBron James is the first, and I believe he's better than a lot. I don't know, like he's just better than a lot of people that people have in their top 10. I feel like
I hate having certain conversations because it makes it seem like I'm hating on Kevin Durant. Because I think Kevin Durant is a great fucking player. He has a great fucking career. He has great accolades. He has everything that you would want out of an NBA player. That being said, I'm tired of conversations turning into group discussions. How many, if Kevin Durant is supposed to be a part of this conversation, nigga, who else? You know what I mean? Like, bring Shaq up there, I guess. Bring all these other niggas. A conversation, I always thought, was a debate between two people. You know
it's not true at all.
You know what I mean? Like, you can have a conversation. I feel like a group discussion.
You can have a conversation. A group discussion is still a conversation. You can have a conversation with 27 people.
That's cool. I don't want to have. I just. What's the point of having a group discussion? That's the same thing as like we said like 2 pods ago talking about. Theoretically, yes, the New York Knicks can go win a championship this year. They have the 5th best odds.
It's not going to happen. It's not
going to happen. Why are we even having that kind of conversation?
No, it's not theoretically. It's just it's factual that the Knicks are going to win a championship. It's not theoretical.
You never know but like,
oh no, I know. You ain't got to worry about
that. And I know that Kevin Durant is not a top 3 player of all time.
Why do you say that? Why do you think he's not in the GOAT conversation?
Me personally, I think that when it comes to GOAT conversations, there is something that will always stick out. And I do believe in certain aspects with Kevin Durant when he said the Warriors and stuff, it is a bit narrative driven. Let's be honest. Exactly. It's definitely narrative driven. But I disagree with Kevin Durant talking about the Warriors is the reason why he's not in the GOAT conversation.
It is so.
There's an argument that we're even thinking about having a conversation because you joined Golden State and won 2 championships. We're just hypothetically believing that he would just stay in OKC and he would just win some championships. What if he doesn't win? What if he doesn't win a championship? What if he doesn't do these things? Now all of a sudden, we're having different kind of conversations that I don't want to have that, rhymes with aim and ends with Illard. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to have those kind of conversations right now because I feel like that's disrespectful because he has his rings. But I don't want to put it solely on Golden State. Golden State puts you in the upper echelon.
But what you did
before Golden State and after Golden State is the reason why you are not in GOAT conversations. Not specifically because of Golden State, in my opinion. Had you won a championship with the Brooklyn Nets, I feel like the narrative that you're talking about would be a lot different. Had he
Can
won with
you
Brooklyn, had he won with Phoenix, had he won with OKC, had he
can
won
you
anywhere else outside of Golden State.
can you hold that thought for a second? Like,
Yeah,
because I want to get back to your point, but I do think I sort of agree with him when he says when he said the Warriors are the reason he don't get that GOAT love, because I think prime KD spent his career with like Warriors time. I think that was his prime, like the prime of his career.
absolutely.
But we never saw him do like his. We never saw like the heights of what his prime could be because the team was just so stacked. He never had to like. He didn't have to use all his power. He didn't have to put all his powers on display, so to say. Like he's Kevin, like because everybody knows Kevin Durant's, probably the best scorer NBA has ever seen. Like he can score from anywhere. The only thing that can stop him is himself. Like honestly, but he's never had his career high is only like 55 points, and you see people like Embiid and Devin Booker and that Dominican up in Minnesota, they're scoring 70 points, 60, 70 points. Kevin Durant's never done that because he's always focused on like efficiency. Like scoring like that is something he could have done, but he just don't be wanting to because he wants to like be the 50, 40, 90 most efficient type player. Like we never really saw him use put all of his strength to use. And I feel like that's sort of the reason why people don't have that appreciation for him. Because if he stayed with OKC, he would have for sure had those chances to, all right, let me go get 70, let me go do something crazy, because he can do that. And you said what?
Yeah, I think he could.
Yeah, and I sort of like to get back to your point so you can chime back in again about you said what he did or what he didn't do with OKC and Brooklyn and Phoenix, which he still has the potential to do because
Sure.
Phoenix is doing good right now and he's still playing, but he didn't win a championship with them. With OKC, I wish he would have got a championship. He didn't, and I think they would have gotten a championship. They were close to a championship twice. They lost. They blew that 3-1 lead, unfortunately, to the Warriors, and then before that, they lost in the finals to the Heat when they were still a young team, which that still bothers me because they should have won. If they would have won Game 2 like they should have, if they would have called that foul on LeBron like they should have, and they didn't, I think OKC would have won that game and went on to win the series. But that's neither here nor there. And even going back to his days in Brooklyn, the only reason that the Bucks won that championship is because Kevin Durant likes to wear his shoes like half a size too big. He said it himself. And his toe or the toe of his shoe was on the line when he shot that three to send them into overtime. So it was only a 2. Like they should have won that game, but because it was just small things like that separated them and allowed the Bucks to win the championship. But I think Kevin Durant, I think he's done more than enough to be in. I don't think he's a GOAT, but he's done more than enough to warrant being in that conversation, in my eyes.
And in my eyes, I just think because me personally, like when it comes to Kevin Durant, I have him like slightly outside of my top 10, like maybe 11. Like he close, but it's just kind of
Can
like,
he do anything to get in your top 10?
oh, I mean, of course. Like I feel like when his career is all said and done, like he'll comfortably be inside the top 10. I
Then why
just
not just put him in the top 10 now if you know he's going to be comfortably in your top 10?
because I don't know if he's this is me just being hopeful. This is wishful thinking. If his career stopped right now, I would be like, yeah, okay. There's like 10 niggas that I'm putting over this nigga.
I don't know if there's, in
I
my
got
humble opinion, I don't know if there's 10 niggas better
Michael
than basketball.
Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain, Tim Duncan, and I have Steph Curry in there. And niggas feel some type of way about that, but it's really just how you feel about Larry Bird, and that's really where the toss up is at for 10 for me because I just can't. I know it's a different era, but winning 3 back-to-back MVPs is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's all about how you feel about that and who has the edge. But that's where he's at.
I think NBA like now it's more narrative driven, so I don't even know if somebody can. I don't think anybody's ever gonna win three back to back MVPs because
Yeah,
that's how the NBA is now. Like
yeah.
Jokic, he should have probably won last year, but people was just like, "Oh, we're tired
Oh,
of it. Let's give
fatigue.
it to
Voter
Embiid."
fatigue. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
so like voter fatigue is a real thing that happens. There was a couple names in that list you said that I was just like, it's a little crazy, you know.
What? Which one?
Like Steph Curry, I
No,
think Kevin Durant's much. Kevin Durant's, I think he's okay. Much better is a stretch. Much better
much
is
better is
definitely a
crazy.
stretch. But I think Kevin Durant's better than Steph Curry.
Oh,
Shaq, I think he's better than Shaq because Shaq himself would say he didn't try as hard as he should have. So I'll say that. Wilt Chamberlain, the fact you put Wilt Chamberlain in your top 10 is crazy, knowing how you feel about him. But
that
Wilt
hurt
Chamberlain, we don't
my soul.
that you feel
That
like that.
Hmm?
Okay.
I mean, it hurt my soul to put that nigga Will
Oh,
Chamberlain
okay.
in there. It hurt
Yeah.
my soul to put that nigga Will Chamberlain in there. You know I didn't want to put that nigga in there.
But Wilt Chamberlain, like, we ain't even see nobody saw him play apparently because we still looking for the 100 game footage.
Oh
But
God, but niggas think I'm going crazy when I
we
say
still looking for the 100 game footage. Like, I think he scored 100, but like, we still looking for that footage.
I'm still looking for a picture of him next to a black woman. Oh God. I still haven't found that one yet. I don't know.
And then you said, I remember I was telling you pre-pod, you said Kobe Bryant. I honestly think KD's better than Kobe. Like,
that's cool. Why do you feel that way though? Like I guess you're not really you're going straight hoops with it. Like you're just going straight.
yeah.
You just eye test for you. I guess
Yeah.
that's what I'm gathering from
Like
it.
when I think of stuff
Fine, I
like
can
that,
see
I'm
where
thinking
you're
of like even though GOAT is greatest, I'm still in my mindset, I'm thinking like best. And I think Kevin Durant is a better basketball player because he's a better shooter. He's probably on par as a defender. Like even though people I feel like people severely underrate his defense, in my opinion. Like prime KD's defense was he was a real deal of stretch five, even though he was still like playing like a shooting guard, even though he played like a shooting guard, even though he's a small forward and he's like a stretch five. I think his defense is crazy. Even though I know Kobe made his multiple all defense teams and everything, but I think Kevin Durant's defense is really sold short. And like I said, Kevin Durant he can score from anywhere. His passing isn't, but neither was Kobe's because they're not really passers. But yeah, I just think all around he's a better player. So that's why I would put him over what you call it, those players that I said. Like Steph, Shaq, Kobe, etc.
I think the reason why it's kind of hard for us to agree is because, like, I guess for greatest of all time, I think the accolades have to matter at some point,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that from a talent, this is one of the greatest talents I've ever seen pick up a basketball and put the ball in a fucking hoop. Like that, low key kind of be my argument with LeBron. Like, yeah, MJ did what he did, but nigga, I ain't never seen no nigga like LeBron put the ball through the hoop, especially in Miami. I'm like, who is this nigga? This is a train. Like this nigga, like bro, like what can't that nigga do? So like,
Yeah.
I get it, and I think that a lot of times when we have like the real go conversations of like, okay, like who you really have as like your greatest of all time type shit, and like MJ's arguments, I think that in my opinion, I think he probably had like the best kind of career archetype.
Mm-hmm.
And his peaks were probably higher than LeBron to a certain degree. When it comes to like success and winning basketball games and having clutch moments and shit. But LeBron's peak is just that longevity of his peak being the same for like 18, 19, damn near 20 years.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking crazy. Like we still don't have a legit decline. I think nigga averaged 27 his whole life. If
Yeah.
not at least 27 his whole life, which is a crazy thing to even think
I
about.
think like the only year he didn't was like his rookie year.
Yeah, and
And then after that, just 27, 27, 27.
consistency
Like,
to the highest degree. And then like the only reason why I put Kareem up there is because like when we talk about longevity, like playing 18 years in an era like that where the resources weren't the resources, niggas was still legit hooping in Chuck Taylors, and you happen to have you be the leading scorer, and it just now takes LeBron like last year to finally surpass you, it's just like, bro, like this is insane. Nobody thought in their wildest dream that this would even get passed, and you have a whole hook shot, and niggas make rules about you. Niggas say you can't dunk the ball, so you just do a hook shot, and now niggas don't even do that shit no more. So like, those are like the three, like, okay, like you make an argument of like why you are a GOAT. Like those are the three things I think about. And then after that, if you want to have a conversation with anybody else, you low key kind of got to get nasty with it. For real, for real. You kind of have to be a little. You're gonna have to be a little edgy with what you about to say. Like to put Kobe in there, like you gonna have to say some shit like, I don't know, like I don't know what you have to say. Like, a lot of people will say best player in the hardest era or some shit like that. And I'm just like,
No, but
okay. I'm just like, all right, what we doing? With KD, it's like, yes, he's the like I think he's probably the greatest scorer, but there's arguments to be made, I guess. Like niggas will be quick to put Harden in that bitch to be like, okay, like, well, what about Harden? To be in the conversation, as you would like to say. Even though I disagree, there's niggas that's gonna
I was
put
like,
Harden in there. There's gonna be niggas that put certain things versus don't nobody be talking about LeBron's longevity. Nobody's comparing to LeBron. Like that is clear cut. That's his thing. And then LeBron, and then MJ, they do like the 6-0 in the finals and stuff. And I will say this: KD being 0-6 in any OT in the playoffs. Look, I know the foot was on the line, but nigga, it was OT. You still had a chance to win. I get it. Like, I would feel a little
he
bit.
was tired. He played like that. I think he played like that whole game, bro.
Hey.
With not, it was just him and James Harden with one hamstring, bro.
And this is why it's called the GOAT conversation.
I don't think LeBron wouldn't have won with. I don't think with himself and one hamstring James Harden on that, because that team was terrible. But this conversation we'll never know the answer.
Guess what, nigga? I guess we'll never know, my nigga. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And it's not my thing. Like I said, like a lot of people, when it comes to Kevin Durant, the only thing that I really disagreed with, I get his premise of him like, oh, I went to Golden State, like that's why, da 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 da. In my opinion, I'm just like, I feel like you're giving Golden State a little bit too much credit. Like, yes, that was niggas did not like that move, but who's to say you was gonna win a championship had you had you not gone to Golden State? Because you haven't shown me that you can win, regardless of the situation. I know every situation had its own ordeal. You was with an old ass Chris Paul, or Kyrie was bugging. Okay, I get it.
I know there was.
I get it.
That whole Kyrie thing, bro. Like, I know people just like this cannot be real right now, bro. Like, we have three of the best players the NBA has ever seen, and this nigga want to do that, bro. I know they was sick.
And it's just like y'all hoeing because y'all don't even give a fuck no more. Y'all don't care about that vaccine no more. When the last time nigga told you to bring your vaccine card, nigga? When the last time you had to show that?
The only person who care about the vaccine now is Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Don't nobody give a fuck. They was really pressing niggas for a solid year, and then it just we don't care anymore. We're good.
Like because the government was like, we need these people to get back to work so they can keep our economy going. We don't care if they die, but
absolutely, so,
neither here nor there.
But yeah, but like I said, I don't have a problem with KD saying that because I feel like we say this like once every 3 months. You have to have some sort of something in your brain to be as good as you are. You gotta believe some of this shit that you're saying.
Yeah.
So respectfully, I get where he's coming from. I just believe that he's wrong, and that's simply okay. And a conversation doesn't have to be a group discussion.
Kevin Durant, I think you're still in the. I don't think you're the GOAT, but it's not crazy to have you in the conversation. But
what does no longer in the conversation mean? Like what number where does that stop? How many players before it's like, okay, like this is too many niggas in the conversation. Like we're not getting anything productive done if we just have 30 niggas in this conversation.
30 is crazy, but I feel like I mean maybe top 10, 7.
Yeah, that's too much for me.
7, 7 people.
For me, it's 3.
Well, we can agree to disagree.